Greetings to you, our dear viewers, and welcome to Youth Roundtable here on Lumen TV, Zambia, and 101 on Top Tap. Today, we are talking about chastity, love, and relationship. And in the studio today, I'm being joined by the two gentlemen who are going to help us break this topic down. Gentlemen, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Henry, introduce yourselves. We are starting from this.
My name's Sakala Joseph Milombe from St. Augustine Parish.
Okay.
Yes.
And your name, sir?
My name's Joseph Yopa Mwanza. I'm coming from Holy Family Parish, Mandevu.
Wonderful, wonderful. Those are the two gentlemen that we have in the studio. And as I've mentioned, we are talking about chastity, love, and relationship. So the theme for today's topic is love that lasts. God's plan for relationship. And I think I'll have Mr. Milombe to explain the theme for us today in details. Mr. Milombe, what do we mean when we say love that lasts, God's plan for relationship?
So for the love of God, we are living in the life of sinful nature. But because of love that God has given us, showed us, maybe I'll say for giving us maybe his only begotten son, it's a sign of love that God gave for us. And as Christians, we need to handle it with two hands and utilize it in our everyday life as youth, as we are growing up in Christianity life, physical life, even at community at large.
Wow. Okay, dear viewers, we are talking about love and relationships. And in today's world, as Mr. Milombe has mentioned, he said love is often confused with feelings, attraction, even physical pleasure. But the Catholic Church invites us to see love as something deeper, a gift of self that is faithful, pure, and life-giving. So coming to you, Mr. Joseph Yopa Mwanza, what do you think young people today struggle with most when it comes to relationship?
Thank you very much. I think in today's world, we struggle too much to find what love is or what relationship is, because we have forgotten the true nature of which relationship are we talking about at the end of the day. Because someone can enter into a relationship today merely just because a friend has said, no, I'm in a relationship. But what are you looking for into that relationship? What is that relationship for? So those are some of the questions we youths have failed to understand them, to get to them. So it has reached to a point now whereby you find that's where early teen pregnancies are coming in. You find now a lot of street kids, orphans, because in that aspect, basically, we have reached at a point whereby we are doing things which we don't understand.
Okay.
So by the time we are coming to maybe understand certain things, then you have already made a lot of mistakes in life. So I think basically we should track back in our footsteps, then we see what we want, and then we can know what kind of relationship we want at the end of the day.
Okay. I think let me ask you this question again. You talked about something like knowing what you are looking for in a relationship. So what should be that thing that a youth should be able to look for in a relationship?
Okay. Yeah, there are a lot of aspects, because a relationship can be a relationship we can share. Like we are friends. Yeah. What am I looking for into that friendship? First, I'll need to know our goals in life, are they matching? What attributes or what attributes are you putting on the table so that they can help me, and what am I putting on the table as well, which can help you as well? We have to be corresponding in a way. So in that same context, we can say, okay, maybe I'm looking for a romantic relationship with a female part. Then I'll have to understand first, what exactly am I getting myself involved into? What is it exactly? Then I will have to make sure that I answer myself truthfully. Am I there for maybe misdubious things from that person? Or do I really want to build a life or a relationship with that particular party? So instead, I shouldn't take an advice from a friend, just say, boy, got a girlfriend. But at the end of the day, what am I doing with that girlfriend when I don't have a true picture to do with that person? That's where now I may now make a lot of mistakes now, because I'll be getting advices made from a wrong party. You to be oh no, when you have a girl, sex, yeah. So you have to know what are you really looking for.
You've talked about a lot of important aspects, so I will simply come back to you. Especially, you've talked about something important, talking about you need to look for something in a relationship that is going to help you. But how about, today we all know that every youth today is on social media and especially Facebook. So most of them are even finding partners on Facebook. So how does social media affect our view of love and dating?
Social media, I think us as youth, we have really taken social media in a really bad way. Instead of us utilizing it for the better, we are instead using it for the worst. You find that even just a normal name on Facebook nowadays, it's not their names. You find that this got that. In all aspects of life, it has reached to a point whereby Facebook or social media life is all fake, scripted. You find that someone will post when they have got something new, someone will post maybe when they're at the mall, they're eating, they're doing what. On social media right now, everyone is doing fine. Everyone is rich on social media. So that's really that's really a bother. That's why a lot of people now are getting scammed, are getting killed as youth, because someone will come into your inbox promising you good life, promising you, I'll make you go to these other countries, I'll give you this, I'll give you that, I'll get you a car. Then you don't know, okay, how come? What does that person actually getting? Where is he getting the funds from? What does that person do in life? You don't know all that. That's why you find that they are now being killed or organ harvested now. A lot of things are happening which are not good. So as youths, I can say we really need to work on this and be like very sensitive on such type of matters.
Yeah, Facebook.
Facebook.
It's very important that you, our dear viewers, pay attention to what these people are saying, because they're talking about something that is a reality and something that is really affecting our lives as youths. I was just, as you were explaining, I was thinking when I go through my friends on social media, especially those that I physically know, they will tell me, you will see on their profile, went to Cavendish University, yet they are just...
they have nothing to leave college or any university at the end of the day. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Well, okay, coming to you, Mr. Milombe, what does chastity mean to you? Do you see it as a burden or a gift?
So thank you very much, Mr. Host. The chastity word means the sex control, self-sex control, where you might be able to control yourself, or you want to try to abstain yourself from sex. Maybe you want to keep yourself. It has to do with sexual abstaining away before marriage. You try to keep yourself up to marriage. That's when maybe you might try to experience having sex, which is a way of living which is good, as it now in line with the church, which is a good conduct of yourself, which is okay. Then as okay for me, I can get chastity as both. I can look into both angles, as a burden or as a gift. As a burden, okay, chastity becomes a burden when you've just chosen it without understanding the real meaning or what it means. Maybe out of ignorance, you've chosen maybe to practice chastity. You might think it's a burden. But if you've just chosen it from heart, really chosen, it becomes a gift, because it will help you maybe to focus on important things. We talk of life goals, wanna chase goals, studies, even spiritually, it will help you because you've chosen it freely. But if you've just chosen it maybe out of influence, maybe of others, no, try to do this, maybe try to experience chastity out of maybe you don't have any enough knowledge about it, it might become a burden, and you may seem like maybe you are suffering of choosing that kind of maybe life. Maybe you chose not to get married. It will, then you maybe you react in the other, okay, our bodies react. Then you chose not to get married. You end up doing maybe other things, maybe with the domestic animals. So which it has become a burden now. So if you've chosen chastity as a freely, it becomes a gift, and it will help you to do good things, spiritual things, and you'll be even focused in everything you are doing because you know you chose it as from your heart. Thank you.
Do you see this happening, especially in this generation, looking at the youth out there, you know, what they see, you know, what they eat? Do we see this really happening, like in the youth, especially in the parishes or in the communities where we come from today?
Chastity, these days, it's so difficult, like, to see someone who is experiencing chastity, because you see a lot of young youths maybe coming to church, they're drunk, and they can't experience that because maybe they don't really know what it means, and they can't manage. Like in our era where we are living in, you find that maybe a young boy maybe has got 5 girlfriends, which is, it's hard for him like to experience it. Can't manage. They are already used it, like in the life of doing immoral things. Yeah.
Okay, I'll come back to you. So, Mr. Yopa, how can we build relationships that reflect God? You talked about building a relationship and looking for something, but how can we build a relationship that can reflect God himself?
Okay. Firstly, if we want to create that kind of a relationship, I think the best way we can do is first look at the way Jesus showed us. What type of love did Jesus show us first in the first place? He showed us that love is supposed to be selfless. So if I want to create something which can reflect God, am I willing to take that person's burden on me? Is that person willing to take the burden for me? Is there, we have to take risks for each other. Am I willing to do that? But in today's life, I've figured out that we can do this, but it's hard because of the environment. The environments we are living in nowadays are very toxic. Like my brother has just directly said, you find that when you go into our compounds or into our parishes, you tend to find our tombs. They are already doing things which they are not supposed to be doing in the crusade.
They are already in relationships.
Yes, they are already in relationships. You see, you even find that the age group of tombs, those guys are from 13 to 19. They are teens. But what teens are doing now, it's really worrying. So I think we should try by all means, when we're trying to indulge ourselves into such, we consider, why am I really doing this? Why do I want to do this? Am I in it for or maybe I just want to play around, or I just want it to bring us back to the point of chastity. What is chastity at the end of the day? So am I willing to, if I can like chastity, I treasure chastity, I take it as a blessing from God. I can really do amazing things, good things. You can see when you abstain yourself from certain vices, you can really focus better on education. You can even better your relationship with God, because you have a lot of time whereby you have church programs, and our church right now has done really well on organizing programs. No one is being left out. So you can, instead of you doing immoral things, why don't you, that time you are using of doing bad things, you tend to do church things, school things which can actually build you. I think in that aspect, if we try to blend some of these things together, then we can know, okay, love is what? Love is sacrifice. Am I willing to sacrifice for my partner? love. Okay, if my partner has a problem today, how am I going to help out? Like, unfortunately, let's say your partner, they are having or a funeral or something which requires maybe fundings or what. Then you are barely 15 years old. How can you? Does that even make sense? It doesn't. So we really need to sensitize this in our parishes, in our communities. Like, people really need to know what actually relationships are. What is in it in a relationship? Because you can just go into a relationship, come out as broken as ever. Then when now that hits, chababa, you run now to alcohol. You know, Zambia is a revenge nine. You see, so a lot of things now will come on the table, which are going to confuse you. You won't have time for studies. You're confused. Something else is already occupying your mind.
Yeah.
You can't even, you can see sometimes you find someone is seated in church. The body is there, but the mind is not there. Why? Because we carry a lot of things in our hearts. We carry a lot of burdens, which shouldn't be the case. So if I carry a lot of hurt inside me, how do you expect me to create good, like the love which Christ showed us? Definitely, the answer is no. I won't be able to do that. We have to first relieve ourselves from the burdens we have created already. Then we can forge ahead.
There are those youths we have in our communities that have decided to, take advantage of church-organized programs such as maybe singing festivals. You see them coming drunk. They'll take that to say as part of their... Mr. Minombe, what words would you have to such youths?
To such youths, I'm sure what I can say on those youths is that maybe they don't really know the reason why they are going there. Okay, let's say people have arranged the program, like they have organized the program for they are going for rehearsals for singing. Then instead of you help them organizing the members to go sing, you are going there, you influence your friends with drunk wabatonsa banzako na mabotolo ya moba mwenda kukwaya muzaye. How can you work the job of God? How can you do the job of God? Because you can only operate in line with God if you are sober-minded. Sober-minded, you can rehearse for Him. You can, and singing. Those people who sing, they pray twice. So if you are sober-minded, you can sing for God properly. But if you go there drunk, you are taking their you are bringing conflict now. You are taking their confusion. Icon.
Mr. Yopa, I think let me come back to you, Mr. Milombe. How can young Catholics encourage each other to live differently, in their areas?
So, in this era where we are living now, we are living in the world where a lot of things are not in order, especially to us youths. We tend to do things which are not okay. But to those who still have the ability to lift up others, I personally support my friends like my youths in prayers and ask God's love and power to arise in them so that they can wake up one day and understand that there is God whom they have to save and to do away with the illicit life of this world.
Thank you so much. That sounded so powerful. I'm sure our dears out there, they have learned something from what you have said. Mr. Yopa, your concluding remarks before we end. We are coming to the conclusion. Your concluding remarks, your words to our fellow youths out there.
I think to my fellow youths out there, let us know what we really want in life. Can our parents, can they be happy with what we are doing? The things we are doing as youths nowadays, it's not something to be proud of. That's the truth. We find that, like my brother rightly put it, too much of what's happening right now with our youth, it's centered under alcohol. You see? Yeah. So when you bring in alcohol on the table, it won't build anything. But when you do away with that, you can able to focus and do something better for you, better for your family. So my advice to my fellow youths out there, guys, let's make the right decisions whilst we are youth. Not it kind of fikiza 40s zingati years that no, apa manje ndepa ninfuna niambe kusaving, apa manje ndepa ninfuna manje nishteva so. No, it shouldn't be like that. When it's time for school, let's do school. When it's time for work, let's do work. When it's time for God, let's do time for God. Because everything has got its own time. So let's not be mixing things like the way you rightly put it, whereby you find such things are being put in place. Then they find now an opportunity. Okay, I'm going to show off that I drink. No, it shouldn't be the case. Let it be centered on what the church has put in place. So let us change our mindset. I think that's where the biggest problem is, our mindset as youth. Let us not be easily influenced by others just because my friend is schooler. I know my friends, they can do this, they can do that. No. Be you at the end of the day. If when you are you put yourself out there. People will see you, because when I make a mistake, they won't say that you caused it, but you're my friend. They'll say, he did this. So let's protect our name jealously. Yes.
Wow, thank you so much, Mr. Joseph Yopa there. Mr. Milombe, I think under a minute, your concluding remarks.
My concluding remarks, I'm just urging my fellow youths out there, especially from the parish where I'm coming from, St. Augustine Parish, Karikiriki. I'm urging my fellow youths, like, wake up. They need to wake up in spirit and, understand that it is God whom they have to save. Unlike doing illicit things of this world. Illicit things, they don't end, but they should spare time for God. It's time for God. Let us do the time for God. It's time for studies. Let's study, as my brother said. It's time for funny. Let's go for funny, but we should remember as youth that we should be happy with our youth, the age where we are as youth. But we should remember that God one day is going to judge us. He's going to judge our behaviors we are portraying right now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, our dear viewers. I think I have learned something from what we have discussed. Chastity is not about saying no to love, but saying yes to the right love, one that respects God, others, and ourselves. It's about choosing purity, patience, and respect in dating and relationships. I think from this time we can quote from 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 to 7, that says, love is patience, love is kind. It does not insist on its own way. Our dear viewers, I think that is what we could accommodate for you on today's episode of Youth Roundtable. My name is Eugene Jani Musoka. Stay put and don't change the channel. For us, it's bye for now.